So you wanna know my story, huh? Okay. They all up on they high horse like equestrians. A lifetime ago we used to be the best of friends, but things changed. Now I'm feeling stressed again. I got my sword leveled up, now let the quest begin. They all up on they high horse like equestrians. A lifetime ago we used to be the best of friends, but things changed. Now I'm feeling stressed again. I got my sword leveled up, now let the quest begin. I was born in the sewage of the slums. In wartime sought peace, but no one ever knew if it would come. We were war buddies, working on the same team with the same goal, but with slightly different means. When he hit the scene, he commanded respect. He needed something done, and every hand hit the deck, took the first shot. Then nobody fired back, he took no crap. I admit I admire that, cause dude was a legend. His story spun far and wide, and it scarred my pride down in my little heart inside. I took every mission I could accept to make my mark. I wanted the power and respect that he had, but alas, I was just a plebeian. Then the war ended before I could get to leave again. Then I heard he found some documents about his true origin, and then he got convinced that he was not of this earth. Bred to be a soldier, the spawn of an alien life form. Genova, infused with the cells while still in the womb. Heard the news and he was hell-bent on sealing the doom of anybody who participated. Burned the whole town down, killed everyone and everything was dissipated. I gave chase and the saga begun. He released Genova, then they both united as one. They all up on they high horse like equestrians. A lifetime ago we used to be the best of friends, but things changed. Now I'm feeling stressed again. I got my sword leveled up, now let the quest begin. They all up on they high horse like equestrians. A lifetime ago we used to be the best of friends, but things changed. Now I'm feeling stressed again. I got my sword leveled up, now let the quest begin. Tired of the games, steady waiting for the day that everything is explained. Something in my brain pushing me toward a goal that I ain't able to gain. The only constant is change, not the fame or the chains, it'll never be the same. What does confusion sound like? Just another day in the life of Cloud Strife. Well, Tifa tells me she can reconstruct the pieces of my past, filling the gaps, cause I'm sick of wearing the mask. The frame rate's mass body like a PS1. Story kinda cloudy, almost like my namesake. But wait, it turns out that what was in my mind was a memory, a dream that wasn't even mine. This can't be, I close my eyes, it looks so clear to me. Apparently nothing is the way it appears to be. I was manipulated by Seth, gotta find him, kill him, and I do it myself if I have to. Blast through, cause I need to know all the lies they compose as the live stream flows on the road. Till I meet a group of survivors, what they lack in skill, they make up for in desire. We on a quest to unlock the mystery. We mount up and the rest is history. They all up on they high horse like equestrians. A lifetime ago we used to be the best of friends, but things changed. Now I'm feeling stressed again. I got my sword leveled up, now let the quest begin.
Hello. Hello. Ooh. Come to me game. Do a little bit of that. A little bit of that. None we have arrived. Hello. Hi. Oh yeah, you. Hey. I've put a nice little spot. Do some little enjoyment. Gotta go talk to this boy and do his... What is your thing, sir? Oh, the cooking supplies coming along. I don't know. Deliveries. Yes, these. Thank you. What do you want me to do? I forgot what I was doing for you. Shit. Which was my thing? Leather work, alright. Is that what you want me to do, sir? Wish for me to make you some leather? Alright, so, if I remember rightly, do this. Twitch? What's a Twitch? Never heard of them. Wants collectability of 240. Okay. So we want to do that. Collectibles 2 maybe? Collectibles 1 seems like the way to go. What am I looking for? Meringue seasonings. Not appear to be, huh? One of these other things then. Somewhere, maybe? Maps. Gonna have to run that by me again, sir. Wouldn't be gathering, would it? Oh, it would, because I'm a dummy. No, I understand. Okay. So you want collectability 198. Illusion, cuisine, paraphernalia. Alright. You want like 3 of those, I guess? 198. 3. I think you switch it up when I go back to the other one, right? That's how that works. I vaguely remember what's going on. Vaguely. Vaguely. Was it you? Were you the one? Not that. No, you are not the one. You the one I'm looking for? Yes. Okay. 3 of those. Okay. Remember how my fucking crafting even works now. Like a big old dummy. Guy Shear. Where's Chalamold? Is there a new one? Alright. Sisters. Increased. I would assume I want that. Need to get the quality up to collectability up to 198. What does collectability? Quality. Does that increase that? It does, okay. Let's see. Let's do that first. And then we'll do that. And then that. I mean, that in itself is enough. Try get anything for going higher than that. Bang that on. A little bit of that. Yeah. Easy. Easy peasy. Okay. Start with that again. Z. X. C. Q. Yeah, then just finish it off. Alright, that's easy enough. One more, I guess. X. C. It must be seen to be believed. Easy. Alright, guys, yeah. Coming for you, buddy. Sit back at this way. Yas. Big giveaway right now. Buddy, we're out there. I have things for you. Oh, the cooking supply's coming along. That's vaguely how you spoke, right? Vaguely. Geez, no. Was that right? Blue is not high. The ingredients used in our new recipes are fairly cheap. But if we don't go the extra mile with these utensils and all that, it'll end up being the same as what they sell down in Gate Town. Hello. What's this? Blimey. I wasn't expecting this sort of quality. Nicely done. Thank you, sir. Always appreciate being appreciated. I assume I'd have to keep reading that. Ooh. Is that enough for you, sir? Now that... And Frig's got everything he asked for. We'll have a new and, more importantly, affordable menu ready in no time. I judge over to bow to you too, sir. Yes. I too can bow. On occasion. Well, it didn't take long for the new dishes to cause a stir among the customers. Emfrig weren't kidding about his skills in the kitchen. Hello. We're seeing more customers from Riot and Stillitude. And they're not only coming for the free drink. Our new food offerings are proving popular in their own right. It's a step in the right direction, and we might even have gained a few regulars. But we'll need more than that to turn things around. Don't worry, Zia. I'm already miles ahead of you. I made my way over to Tomra, where I handed out flyers and drink vouchers. Good boy. Tomra, you must have crossed some dangerous territory to get there. I'd say I'm a little impressed. It was worth the journey, as we've seen a number of dwarven customers since then. Sadly, most of them only made one visit. They're not shy when it comes to ordering food and drink, so the problem must lie elsewhere. In that case, why don't we try asking those two over there? I assume that's a job for me. Oh, stepping up. Oh, we're all going. Group question time. Okay. Hello. Good evening to you, gentlemen. Sorry to interrupt, but do you mind if we ask you a few questions? Well, you're... Lally... Oh. No, then. You said you had some questions. You gave us free drinks, and the least we can do is here you are. So ask away. Well, I've noticed that the visitors from Tomra rarely come here more than once. What do you think that could be? It's no fault with the booze or the grub, I can tell you that much. Very tasty indeed, and a lot more fairly priced than what you might expect in Yulmore. I'm glad the food at Grub are to your liking, so what's the problem? Oh, I hate to say it, lad, but this place is a bit on the dull side. The dancing is all well and good, but we dwarves can't enjoy our grog without an old-fashioned sing-song. We got songs for ale, songs for mead, songs for wine, songs for every occasion. Well, every occasion that involves drinking, which is all of them, actually. But as soon as we try any of that in here, everyone looks at us like we'd just pissed all over the bar. At least if we had some proper singing instead of this blinky rubbish, we could just swig away our heart's content. I didn't know dwarves were so musically inclined. I think that's all for now, gents. You've been very helpful. Dee Dee. Lovely. Satisfaction up. Cashier. You are very welcome, yes. Cashier is delighted with your efforts. He now considers you a promoter at the Beehive. Lucky me. And yet there is still much work to be done if the Beehive is to continue contributing to Yulmore's economy. To that end, Cashier has a new favour to ask of you. Ask away, sir. If we want the dwarves to become regulars here, we need to make them feel at home, without making the other customers feel like they aren't. I think it's time we offered a wider range of music. And I have just the thing in mind for those boisterous little buggers. You're not going to sing, are you? No offense, yeah, but I doubt that brand of high-pitched cat whirling will go down well here. I watch it, you chicken sod. I know full well where my talents lie, thank you very much. What I'm saying is what we find a singer to form something simple enough for the dwarves to nod their heads to. With the queen bee's permission, of course. Wasn't there someone who did a singing thing outside? It was like one of the Ethernet quests, maybe? Ethernet? The flying ones, the green balls. We'll also need a proper costume. There are plenty for the dancers, but the vocalists should have something to make them stand out from the rest of us. Sounds like a plan. But since you're basically tone deaf, you better leave me to finding a singer. I don't know what to do about the costume though. Unless... What? We put Ty in charge of that, and we count on you. Always. That's what I'm here for. Great. Let's all get to work then, eh? Don't do your nut. The custom deliveries list for Kai Shia has been updated. To view the list, speak with Kai Shia and select Make a Delivery. I still haven't found a singer, though I reckon it's only a matter of time. Until I do. Any progress with the bits and pieces for the costume? Working on it, sir. Working on it. Alright, what do you want? 149. Honeybee trappings materials. 149 honeybees trappings materials. 149 honeybees trappings materials. Shit. I'll know it when I see it. Honeybees, yeah, there we go. Oh crap. It's these, right? Yeah. 149. Crikey. That one. Da-dun, da-dun. Wow, want a guy. FFXIV. So you, what about you? Okay, cool. Cool. What's going on with this? I could do with you all being on, thank you. Thank you. I'm here, buddy, I'm here. Alright. Oh yeah, we should be able to make a pretty costume out of this lot. Alright, what have we got here? That should do the trick. Indeedy. Alright, that's the weekly amount then. Oh, never mind, we got more. Oh, unless this is just them telling me this is the weekly amount then. You've really come through for me, as always. If all goes well, we'll have more visitors than this place has ever seen. Hand in fist, yes, yes. You have delivered the weekly maximum of 6 items to Kaishia. You may begin making deliveries again starting Tuesday at 8 AM. Alright. Coolio, coolio. Why is... Yeah, that works. It's fine. Excuse me, miss, how do you? Alright, I think for this next thing, I want to go to Ishgard. I assume that's where this starts anyway. Do the Hoshafon quest. I don't know how long it is, I don't know what it entails, but I know it's a quest. Which is something. It's definitely something. I'm assuming it's outside the house. Yeah, there's a blue one here. I would have thought it was this. We recently held a ceremony to honour the passing of Sir Claude blah blah, the third house of House Helena. But I was surprised to see none of the Rose Knights from Clamp Cloudtop in attendance. Not that they should abandon the camp, mind you, but at the very least, I expected to see Rontamore, or perhaps Lady Lanier, in attendance. I'm sure she has her reasons for not attending, but Rontamore is a dear friend of mine, and I know how he cared for Sir Clodombaim. They worked quite closely together for many years, down to the very end. Which is why I want you to present this to him, the battle standard raised during the ceremony. I'm certain he would have attended if he could, and at the very least, I should think he would appreciate a memento from the ceremony. Okay. I'm not entirely sure if that's the one or not, but it's blue, so I'm gonna do it anyway. Okay, where are you? Clouds up, alright, sounds good to me. Been a while since I've been there. I look forward to my grand return. Oh, you're on it, Barry. Yeah, we'll mount it anyway. Of course, I've already done so. No. Good morning, adventurer. What can I do for you? This. Yes. The battle standard of the street vigil. Charred by flame just as I remember. Though there is much I wish I could not remember from that day. In the wake of the calamity, we were all but defenseless. The Spara, the Savar, saw fit to give us no quarter. I should hope never again to see our battle so bloody. He laid down his life for our nation, for the few of us who escaped with our lives. A true leader to the bitter end, and I will always treasure the years spent under him. But I am not worthy of a memento such as this. Though she may be reluctant to accept it, Lady Lanai should be the one to have this. I realize she has her own way to deal with grief, and I suspect that's why she did not attend the ceremony. But in all my many years, House Halinari, they have never been the sort to simply let go of a family. Please, friend, take this battle standard to her. Sure thing, chicken wing. I'm on it like a car bonnet. Flying on my little pig. Some people say it's kinda big, but deep down I know. It's just a little pig. It's just a little pig. Just a little pig. My lady. Hello there, Ty. Is there something you need? Yes. Or more, something you need. A battle standard from the Steel Vigil. You are too kind. This is a most unexpected gift. Clodenbaum was a good man, always ready to put his men's needs before his own. They were a family, and they mourned his loss like family, though I wish they had not followed Franzel's example. He insisted on a post in Central Curthus, hoping to avenge him someday. Young Chol blah blah men were quick to follow suit. But I refused to dwell on the past, grieving at gatherings year after year. It's not what he would have wanted. Nay, he would have had me live my own life and fulfill my own dreams. His passing was a great loss to our house, but such hardships are not unfamiliar to us. Times are hard, but we will move forward, and in time, Ishgard will become a great nation he believed it could be, free of war. I mean, I don't care. I don't care about any of that. Oh, that's something I should... Was it really the end of that? Oh. Head back here. I'm gonna have a look-see. What's your font quest? I explained that to myself very well. It's around here somewhere. Okay, the burdens we bear from Slowfix in Ildishire. Okay. Let's check I've done this other one first then. Alright. No, I need to go to Ildishire, which is not here. Therefore I was wrong. Alright, right, yep, so I wish to come inside. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Is it this one? Yes, okay. Cool. So. 'Twas a bitterly cold when you first came to our city, when I stood waiting for you with all the ark of the worthy. To think that was where it all began. How much has changed since that day. Forgive me, of late I've been studying the works of the Balladian poet king who wrote, "To ye who ask at things to come, give thought to what is past and gone." So rarely have we the luxury to reflect on the choices we have made, on how they have shaped our lives and the lives of others. Even I, a mere steward whose deeds would not merit a footnote in the annals of history, can see the value in this. I say this to you, Master Amel, because as you move, so too does the world. Pray spare a moment to contemplate your journey while you can. The road stretched on, obscured by an endless veil of snow. Somewhere in the white beyond stood the great iron gates, and on the other side a humble manservant who awaited the coming of free travelers. Yep. Oh, sounds like a thing. Checking something. Alright, carry on. Homina. Here we go. Okay. Jeweled cozier, thank you. I love it when it's well soundposted. Ba-da-bum, bum, bum. Visit Alice. Alice? Sure. Hello. A warm welcome to you, Master Ramel. To what do I owe this pleasure? Come to reminisce. Retracing your steps from the first days in Ashgard. I see. Well, no one could begrudge you for indulging in a little nostalgia. I am reminded how much I owe you and yours. Lest you forget, foreign merchants were subject to frankly unreasonable levels of scrutiny until relatively recently. Not so now, however. Now, goods from every corner of Eorzea flow into our markets. And that, my friend, is change we can all appreciate. Merchants of all nations speak a common tongue, and its words are coin. Needless to say, there is little profit to be had in prejudice, especially against those who have received the patronage of a count. Thus, when the wards of House Forton arrived, she was only too happy to make their acquaintance. Duty. Duty and duty. What's that? Is this a P or something else? Personally, I think it's something else. But I do not know. Well, that is why I'm asking the question of whether this is a P or something else. Hello. I've returned. What'll it be then? Ale, mulled wine? No, don't tell me. Tea. Yes, please. All I ever wanted. Oh, so it be memories then, is it? Now there's a bitter drought that'll leave you wanting. Assuming you can remember your own name, that is. Take your friend Tataru. One moment she's just another girl waiting on customers, clearing tables and so forth, and the next she's got a dozen admirers asking after her every bloody night. After Tataru? Poor sweet Tataru? How dare they? And I'll be damned if I can remember how it happened. Yeah. Singing those stupid songs, dancing those daft dances. Though to be honest, I think it was one of her stories that really won him over. Stories of a certain hero's grand adventures across Eorzea, told with a flair that had put a minstrel to shame. Who doesn't love a good hero's tale, am I right? Hells, we've even got one about the man who built this tavern. Was one of the founding fathers of Ishgard. So it goes. It's true, my good friend. I saw it in a flashback. Now, as the Enchiridion told it, besides Aldruf, the only knights who survived the battle with Nidhogg were the founders of the High Houses. Of course, these days we all know better than to put too much stock in the words of the church, eh? Isn't that true? But there's more to our tale than just words. There's a sword too. One which has been passed down from proprietor to proprietor, since before anyone can remember. She's a rusty old bugger, but if you look closely at her handle, you can just about make out an inscription. Brothers brave and true, live well, forgotten and content. A man who forsook wealth and fame, and chose the life of a humble tavern keeper. It's just a tale, of course, albeit a good one. As for the truth, who can say, friend? Who can say? He knew everyone's story, though he would never share his own. An optimist. He wanted to believe in the best in people. Sometimes that faith would be rewarded, other times betrayed, but he would listen regardless, and he would hope. Can only have but hope. Oh, local where now? Water coinkydink. Just over, huh? What a going kidding. Going kidding quill. I'm coming back, Lene. Had a brief soiree elsewhere, now I return. For reasons unknown. Hello. I am come. Hello. Hi. How's life treating you? Ah, Master Ramel. I was but this moment thinking of you. I had hoped to speak with you at Sir Emmeric's investiture, but circumstances conspired to prevent me from attending. Mayhap you will allow me to say now what I could not say then. On behalf of House Halinari and all of Ishgard, I offer unto you my deepest and most humble thanks. You risked your life to stand against our sworn enemy, freed us from a millennium of torment. Though we can never hope to repay you, we will ever remember you and your deeds, that our children and children's children might know the man to whom they owe their lives. Oh, well, thank you for the bow. I concede that this grand investiture would have been a more fitting occasion for such words, but I could not risk them being left unspoken. What brings you this way? As you can see, Camp Cloudtrap remains much the same as it did during the war, though we need no longer watch for the skies. Skies for Duranian outflyers, the Vanu Vanu, have proven themselves similarly worthy of our attention. Oh, hey buddy. I say, old boy, you have the most uncanny ability to appear whenever I least expect you. Well, you too, buddy, you too. But enough about that. Honoroi. Oh. Ah yes, my lord, Lady Lene, I am pleased to report we succeeded in infiltrating the Bundu territory, and there observed the beastmen harvesting crystals at several different sites. Based on the volume of the crystals acquired during our period of surveillance, I've prepared an estimate of how much time I believe it will take the Bundu to gather sufficient crystals for another summoning. I've also taken the liberty of drafting several proposals outlining how the Rose Knights might prevent such an eventuality, such as raiding their sites and securing their stores, as well as detailed assessment of the risks involved, should you choose to proceed. Nod. Doing a nod. By the Fury, I gathered you were clever, but I was not aware that you were capable of this. With respect, you are wasted on your master. Hard-working, full of potential, aye, I think there is a place for you here, with the Rose Knights, if you would have it. Thank you. That you would even consider taking me into your service is a tremendous honor, my lady, and were I free to do so, I would gladly accept, but I am pledged to another, as you well know. Regrettable, but understandable. I take comfort in the fact that a youth of your talent and character will never want for opportunities. Pledged to another, you rascal. I thought I saw you whimpering in young Salah's ear the other day. You certainly wasted no time wooing our newest maid. Dude. Not what he means, you dummy. There'll be no secrets between us. You must tell us everything. Where you've been sneaking off together, what adventures you've been having, every little detail. And don't you dare leave anything out. What a dummy. I'm sure he will not. In any event, you have, jointly, exceeded my expectations. I grant you leave to return to the city. Should the need arise, I shall call upon you again. Thank you, my lady. I believe we shall do as you suggest. Until we meet again, Master Ramel. Of course, Honoroi. Alrighty. Wow, it was nice seeing you two again. Not so fast. The next airship isn't due for another hour. We have so much to talk about. Honoroi! Honoroi! The more they change, the more they stay the same. For all the ladies dissident, it was an old familiar dance. To her, Lord Manalayan would always be the boy fumbling for a compliment, and perhaps there was comfort in that, a memory of home on the bleak frontier. Falcon's Nest, eh? Alright. Well, really are doing the Ishgard, so... Make sure you go through her, don't miss anyone out. 'Twould be exceedingly mean. Do a yump. Hey, buddy. It's been a hot minute. How you doing? 1,000 pardons, Master Romel. Had I known you were planning to pay us a visit, I would have sent that you received a proper reception, a feast perhaps, or at least a formal welcome with the men in full dress. You have more than earned it. One need only look to the pilgrims who come in their droves to pray before the relief to see the truth of that. Some abide in silence, while others shed a tear. Not for sorrow, you understand, but for joy. Joy at being released from Nidhogg's torment. Oh, it's the other one, hello. Sir Redweld. The shipment has been unloaded, and the quartermaster confirms that all supplies are accounted for. Hey buddy, Master Romel. Are you here on official business? I'm just, seeing the sights. A journey to remember and reflect. Aye, much has changed since we first came here together. Since I abandoned you to follow the heretic's trail alone. Oh my lord, mayhap you recall the survivor whom you carried back to Falcon's Nest that day. Well, his wife but recently gave birth to their first child. Is that so? Well, mayhap I should pay him a visit. Though he would doubtless be honored, my lord, you need not put yourself to such trouble. Your responsibilities at court. Oh, as Count, surely leave little enough time as it is. Think not on that. I am still me, and you are still you. Whatever our respective titles, I would speak to you as a friend. The preoccupation with position and power has sowed no end of discord between our houses, to the great detriment of our nation. 'Tis especially galling when one considers that much of what we have achieved was by virtue of our blood, and not our character. So call me Count if you must, but know that I take no pride in it. Mayhap one day, when I have earned it, I will, but not today. He's a good egg. He's a good egg. Still himself, is he? An honourable man, mindful of tradition, he was loath to accept the assistance of a foreigner in exile, but when forced to confront bitter truths, he looked within and found himself wanting. Pride be damned. Then, if it led one astray, he would set aside his prejudice and join hands with this gifted outcast for the greater good of Ishgard. What? Visit Supreme Sacred Tribunal or Halonic. Alright. Those are a lot of words. The Tribunal. Ooh, I'm going home. Again. The tribune. Oh. Please. Nowhere to go. I wish not to be here anymore. Yes. Let me in. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's gonna be about the trial, I suppose. That was fun. Two foreign heretics against two knights of the Heaven's Ward. Under the watchful gaze of the Fury, they would fight, and the winner's claims would be proven true. It was the opening gambit of a greater game whose stakes would remain unknown for some time. Indeed. Visit the Hoplon. Don't mind if I do. I'm just gonna... I need to get more used to playing Paladin. That's what I'm gonna main. Ow. Main for the MSQ. Probably not. Probably not after. I'm gonna go Arupa. Hello. Can I help you? You are Master Ramel, if I'm not mistaken. Aye. We have met, though I'm sure you do not remember. It was a seeming lifetime ago, when you answered the Archbishop's summons. I often come here to reflect upon all that has come to pass, and when I saw you gazing at the Holy Vault, I thought perhaps you had too. You're correct, sir, you are correct. You turned our world upside down, and everything we held dear for change, for the truth. They say it had to be done, that his grace sought godhood. If so, then perhaps it was the Fury's will that you prevailed. You don't seem convinced, but to say it, to believe it. Now I know that no man is without sin, but he was pious and humble, wholly devoted to the church and to his people. I knew him, sir, and he was a good man. Whatever else he may have been, I will remember him as a good man. I mean, that's your prerogative. To walk the righteous path, to live for the sake of others, to rise to the highest station, yet remain powerless to bring an end to your people's suffering. What price salvation then? What sacrifice beyond reason? For uneasy lies the head that wears the crown. Talking to Millweb. Okay. Wasn't expecting that. Always here for a nice little chin wag with Millweb though. I don't remember her being super holy loud Mother of Mary. So I don't remember her being too involved in the Heaven's Word. Hello. Captain Amel, this is most unexpected. Do you have business with the Admiral? Yeah. A journey of remembrance, you say? Well, far be it for me to deny you, unannounced or not. I suspect the Admiral would be most displeased if she heard that I turned you away. I would assume so, sir. Yes, most displeased indeed. Hello. Thank the Navigator. I had resigned myself to another day spent listening to my advisors prattle on about Beastmen's latest movements. Come, Captain. Tell me of your adventures. Always. Oh, I wonder if that's why it sent me her. Because I'm with her grand company. The Asgardians sail in uncharted waters. Though I hope these new reforms of theirs meet with no resistance. 'Twould not be the first grand voyage to run afoul of the reefs ere it properly began. But with Sir Emmerich at the helm, they may chart a course for generations to follow. Which is not to say our own doesn't need correcting. The Alliance has grown complacent. The bloody nose you gave us at the melee showed me that. Nor have I forgotten the lessons of the banquet. Rest assured, we will root out any further turncoats before the dagger is at our backs. You have my word of that, and Lady Yogiri's besides. Indeed. She never had been the one to retreat, much less in the face of transparent theatrics. But this had been no ordinary battlefield, its rules of engagement anything but clear. She would watch, and she would learn, and in time, she would act. Ooh. Where we go now? Ooh, Revenant's Toll, alright. Higiri, I think technically he's left at this point. In my story, he's gone back to Doma, I believe. That's who I'm thinking of. Which it may not be. Just, who are you? Sing me another song. Oh, you're upstairs, are you? JK? Oh, no. Oof. Whapsadaisy. Higiri. Oh, it's you. Master Tai, is aught amiss? I'm both flattered and surprised that you should remember my small role in this tale. Given the grandeur of your subsequent endeavors, were you there to free Raban with us? Is that where you are? Remember Higiri being there? Though I must confess of having derived some selfish pleasure from donning the garments of the shinobi once more. I am honored to have been able to assist in the freeing of General Raoban from his captivity. And I believe I speak for all my countrymen when I say that we are most grateful to have been granted the opportunity to contribute to the restoration of the Scions. Much has changed, it is true, and much may never be as it once was. But in watching you and yours rise from the ashes and rebuild, I'm reminded that we must never give in to despair, for there is always something which may yet be saved. Julian. The oaths we swear. Will you be travelling to Ul'dah next? If so, I would ask a favour of you. I have prepared a special unwagon to aid in General Raoban's rehabilitation. Injuries such as his must be tended to daily, even long after they've been healed. You need only deliver it to this man, Commander Swift. He will see that the Flame General receives it. Sounds good to me. On my happy tail. Bum. Ooh, actually, I set my controller up for this and I'm not even using it. Oh, it's gone. Left it on off that long. It's gone off. Ooh. Hello, how you doing? Yep, triangle chimp, not X. I remember, I definitely remember. Hello. Zoom out a bit. Greetings, Tai. What is it you have there? This. Yes. Urgent. I was not aware of the General required such stuff. And one of our Doman friends made this for him, did she? Very well. I shall be sure to pass it on. Actually, wait here. We have just this moment concluded a meeting. I expect he would be glad to speak with you before returning to the palace. I would love that. Hey, buddy. So, Commander Swift tells me that you came all this way to deliver an ungwen. Daily, she says. Well, mayhap it is best to be prudent. The gods alone know why you agreed to deliver it for her, though. 'cause I wanted to see you, buddy. Unless you mean to favour me with a rematch I requested. You need your healing first, huh? I jest, lad. You're on a journey of reflection, are you not? Aye, Merle Webb said as much. And now you want to relive the moment you pulled me from the pit Hilbert left me in to rot. Shames me to think of it, that I was so blinded of his hatred. Lolorito tells me that it was not always so, that Hilbert admitted to him once, believed that I would return to Alamigo at the head of an army. I mean, he was right. But years passed, and I did nothing. For all my accomplishments, for all my wealth, power and influence, I did naught to better the plight of my people. Not for lack of trying, but Hilbert didn't know. He thought the bull of Alamigo had grown fat and complacent, that my story set a bad example for our countrymen. Forget your homeland and chase the old darned dream, a fine impossible dream which gave men the strength to endure their hardship and try to make new lives for themselves here. So the dream had to die. He wouldn't kill me, stir up the delusion, harm them at the monetarist expense, and then. Forgive me, the science paid the price for my failings. The gods know I've no shortage of debts to repay, of vows to keep, and duties to discharge. But mark me well, lad, there will be a reckoning. Mayhap not today, mayhap not tomorrow, but a reckoning will be there. I know, buddy, I know, for I have seen it. Although frankly it wasn't really your choice, you were kind of pushed, but a reckoning happened, it did happen. A refugee of a fallen nation, he had risen from the depths of poverty to claim a seat on the syndicate. Yet for all his great deeds, one was left undone, and like sands through an hourglass, the years slipped away, taking with them an old friend's hope. Sure. Oh, crikey. Alright. It's quite a journey. Not sure who we're going to see here. Oh, is it where we bumped into Ice Heart? Mayhaps. We got our little flashback. That's definitely an important place to go back to. There's a pretty big moment. Pretty big, I'd say. Hello, Mr. Frozen Dragoon. How are you? Are you doing good? Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. Dun, 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 dun. Hello? Oh, you're a big boy, aren't you? Crikey. Some might say you're a tad creepy. And I would be one of them. Yeah. Excuse me, coming free. Hello. By the Fury, is that you, Master Amel? Forgive me, but what reason could you possibly have for returning to this godforsaken place? Good question. Mayhap it is fate which brings you here on this day of introspection and reflection. We are come to the Gorgain Mills to accept the surrender of a half-dozen heretics who once fought for Lady Iceheart. If you are intending to visit the cellars, I would ask that you not do anything to unsettle them. Would I ever? It is not in my nature, sir. It is not. Oh, look at that up there. Wait, I know you. You were at the amphitheater with the Dragon Slayer. I'm not gonna do anything, don't worry. I suppose we owe you an apology. When you came to us seeking parley, we were sure it was a scheme to lure out our lady. We were sure about a lot of things. When she first shared her revelation, when she told us that she was not Saint Shiva reborn, we assumed it was a test. For had we not prayed for salvation? Had she not descended to deliver us from evil? She replied that our prayers were but fuel for a fever dream, a construct born of desperation and denial. She was no savior, she said. But when we marched upon Ishgard regardless, she pulled us from the brink of oblivion, and implored us to find another way. And here we are, ready to lay down our arms at last. It is time. Of course, she considered you a friend. Had things been different, mayhap we could have been friends too. Farewell. Perhaps we are. I'm not picky. Pretty much friends with everyone, to be honest. Forsaken by gods and men, they found salvation in a revelation. They would take up arms against their own kind, to set ancient wrongs right, cut out Ishgard's festering heart, and the war would be over. This they knew, believed with all their being, until their savior told them their efforts would be for naught. Indeedy. Ooh. Where is this? Alright. Yeah, there's a bloody mountain there, haven't I? Bloody hell. Should make a mount up in here. Yes. Ooh, I forgot I even had this, man. Don't think I've ever actually used it, crikey. It's pretty cool. And such. I'm not sure it's best to be used in the snow, but take what you can get. Ooh. It's pretty in the background. It's nice going back to all this, having a little bit of reflection. Kinda glad I waited this long to do it, to be honest. I like that, there's a bit more impact than it otherwise would. The back mode, amazing. Well, if it isn't the great warrior of light himself, he who slew the dread worm Nidor, bringing an end to the 1,000 years of war, and my very livelihood. Well, go on then, strike me down and finish the job. Stab me right here in the heart. I'll even lend you my spear if you like. After all, I won't be bloody needing it. Alright, you dickhead. Tell me true for a moment. I had you fooled. Ye gods, if I could hate the man who rid us of Nidhogg. You did have me on. Oh, unless you worry, that business with me losing my livelihood couldn't have been further from the truth. In point of fact, peace is proving surprisingly lucrative. Got there in the end. As our nation's ties with Hraesvelgur's brood have grown stronger, and our interests in Travania have begun to expand, we've seen a marked increase in the number of travellers on the road. Needless to say, said travellers require protection, which we are only too happy to provide. Granted, such work will not earn you a lordship like slaying a dragon might, but it pays well and is far less prone to end in incineration, which seems a reasonable enough compromise, all things considered. Yeah. I would agree, yeah. As long as there are wars to fight, there will be those who may take up arms, not out of hatred or even a sense of duty, but for want of a better employment. When presented with an alternative, such individuals may gladly trade their swords for scythes, or failing that, pledge them to a more worthy cause. Where's my screenshot button? Ah, that's a screenshot button. Going to tail feather. Do that. Just do that. Works for me. yeah, my sort of thought process, control scheme wise, is do all this story stuff with controller. When I have to do combat, get on the mouse and keyboard. That's what I'm thinking anyway. See if it sticks. So I find that targeting NPCs a lot easier on controller. Something the matter, son? Naff giving you trouble? Always, except never. A journey of remembrance, gods. Feels like only yesterday that Yazael turns up in South Ever with you in tow. Back in our lives, and gone all too soon. Did I ever tell you how we found her 5 years back? In a torpor, out in the forest, all by a lonesome. Ah, well, we weren't about to leave her there, so we carried her back here and tended to her till she woke up. Didn't say a word for days, Yazael. Just sat there and stared up at the sky, as if the ground held nothing for her, and it didn't. We learned when she finally spoke. Now you might think she's not one to smile, but if you'd seen her in those years that followed, hey. Then one day, all of a sudden, she says she's got a truth that must be shared. Up on leaves for God knows where, and that was the last we heard of her, for a time. Redemption's not beyond us, friends. Come and hear the truth. Come and hear the Lady Isart speak. And they did, from far and wide, or so the story went. Some said there was nothing in it, but I knew. I think, Ty, that deep down, most folk want to do right by themselves, and by others. And they try, oh how they try. You do, certainly. And so did she. Thank you, sir. Right, I'm just gonna go grab a bee and make a cup of tea. Which rhymes, which means it's a good thing. Right? That's how that works. Anyway. Oh, it's the bloody music. I have an idea. I shall leave you with music. Yep. Watchman. That's not really the kind of music I was gonna go for. Ooh, yeah, let's do the car mount. There we go. Alright, be back in a moment. See you soon. Ooh, I'm back. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Ooh, sort this out real quick. Yeah. Alrighty. Howdy, howdy. What's that? Does this continue? Shit. I assume this one? Nope. Nope. The answer becomes the choir. I like that. Gotta be this, right? Yeah. Apologies. You came here to think on your own memories. Not listen to mine. I take it they're now for next. Right then. If we're to do this properly, you'll need to gather up your incentives, same as before. In case you've forgotten, there's a basket of fresh column tree fruit, a good-sized jar of land-trap nectar, and a dirty, great catload of young Nanka flesh. Alright. Ah, come on, lad. Surely you can't be that bloody daft. You're more than welcome in the village already. Safe travels. Well, it's good to know. Especially considering I fucking done a bunch of the beast tribe stuff as well. We never not finished it, but you know, I done some stuff, huh? It's better than nothing. Ooh. Dun da da dun 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 da da dun dun da da dun. I don't remember how you guys talk. Hunter of dragons and gods, I bid you welcome. What would you ask of me this eve? Just want to reminisce, sir. Once we would have no conception of what you speak. The one mind does not forget, but we do. It can be most distressing. To remember is not enough. One must strain and give words to memory, and inscribe words upon the parchment. This is the chronicler's calling. He wrote of how you came to Lost Earth's path, and how you left to slay Ravana, and how the young hunter trained with the old hunter while you were away. We shall treasure these memories, this history you have given us, and when you have joined us, we shall share it with them as well. Bound no longer to the will of many, they were now free to walk their own path. Thus reborn, they would write the first chapter of a new history to be passed on to future generations. And as their culture grew older and richer, so too with their story. Alright. Very nice. Come on, ML2, take your see your fellow dragons. Vidolf, not. Oh shit, yeah, the fucking tower. I'm coming for you soon, tower. Another 3 and a bit weeks. You are mine. My house. Vengeance and such. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I mean. There we go. There's me all. Vidofna, there you are. Hello. Friends of Yzael, warriors of warriors, thou art ever welcome in Annick's shrine. What bringeth thee to us this night? Why say hello? There is much wisdom to be gained from looking to the past, to walk half-remembered paths, and mark anew their twists and turns. We too do this, though not through pilgrimage, no less than written words beloved of by historians. In song do we preserve the deed of our lost and chronicle the passing of the ages. Naught have greater power to stir our hearts. 'Twas a dirge of profoundest sadness that roused Nidhogg's brood to action, a dirge which soundeth no more. Now a new song riseth to fill the void, one of hope rekindled, of war's end and peace's rebirth. I shall sing of thee and Yzael ever after, and that all may know and remember. In the chorus the fallen could rise once more, for none are dead whose names yet echo in the heavens, and the song would not end until the last voice fell silent. Heroes and villains, sinners and saints, all would live again. Yeah, ooh, Mogheim. I thought it would be fun. Alright boys. Where'd he go for me this time? Hello, I have come to parley. Hello, would you like to parley? He's a big boy, isn't he? Well, yank my palm and call me a mullbat. I certainly wasn't expecting to see you today. Still calling yourself Ty? Not that there's anything wrong with that, Kupo. Anyway, what are you doing, huh? Come we say hi. Thank heavens for that. I was sure you were going to ask for help with yet another one of your exciting quests. But by all means, we'd love to pass the time reminiscing about good old days. And when better than now, Kupo? What with your friends visiting and all? Wait, here, and I'll fetch them. My friends? I don't have friends. What the hell? What's this nonsense? Oh, hello again. I guess they just can't get rid of you, eh? Full glad am I to see you again, Ty. And in Mogholm of all places. Kupo, it really is you. And just when we were about to leave. Yeah. I think it's wonderful, this pilgrimage of yours. A final reflection upon the past, that you might face the future with eyes unclouded and a heart of peace. Few would deny that the events of recent days warrant such contemplation. And when last we stood in this place, I dare say none among our number would have believed what was to follow. Young Estinian least of all. Upon learning what befell him at Azatla, I confess I thought him lost. But then Master Alphino told me of your great struggle, and of his salvation, and I was reminded of your talent for the impossible. Yeah, I'm pretty good. If you ask me, he seemed altogether too stubborn to die, though I suppose it's no small feat to evict a spite-filled whim once it has made its home in one's head, huh? With Nidog's passing, the children of Ishgard and Travalia may at last look to the future. It is my hope, however, that they will not forget the deeds of history, nor the many thousands of lives lost in their conflict. For only through remembrance will they avoid the mistakes of the past. Sad truth. Sad truth. Solemnly sad nodding. We thank you again for your hospitality, Chief Marglin, and pray that you will one day allow us to extend you the same courtesy. I wish you well in your journey, Ty. May you ever walk in the light of the crystal. Until we meet again, Kupo. Oh. Even in the farthest reaches of distant and dangerous lands, one may chance upon a friendly face. Though given to mischief and largely unconcerned by the troubles of the outside world, they came to understand Ishgard's plight, and agreed to lend their aid. Eventually, that is. I mean, it's true. Didn't have to say it, but it's true. Eventually's better than never. Slightly. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, it's halfway. Okay. Guess this is where we camped out. Or are we going straight to the tower? Make camp. Oh, we're making camp there too. Oh, that's sweet. That's some real reminiscing. Reminiscing and reliving. One of my favourite moments in Heaven's Word, actually. well, the base game expansion story. We have that little camp scene. Oh, I'm all alone. It's screenshotting. Oh, the crackling warmth of Alphino's campfire, the savoury waft of Giselle's bumbling stew, the soft snoring of Moghan asleep on the grass. The cold wind blew that night as well, and on the morrow they mounted the steps and blew the horn, but having climbed to the summit with their hope in their hearts, they descended dejected, weighed down by truths too grim to contemplate. Big tree though, big tree. We have to go talk to Race Velga. Oh no, we're up to all down. Sucks to be Race Velga then, I guess. Can't imagine it'd be best pleased to see us. Why do you insist on interrupting me? Well, promenade. Where are you? Is that a thing? Assume it's right now. Can but assume. Yeah. Very good, very good. What are you saying? As you run out of the lodge chamber wearing that. They don't stay up very long, do they? They're hard to read them. You there, over here, quickly. Me? What do you want me to do? Look who it is. Your Highness. I should have known you would see right through my disguise. But enough talk. We cannot linger here, lest the guards recognize their Sultana. Come along, do a little run. Happy to see ya. As you may have deduced, I was taking the air outside the palace, when I saw you standing there, staring off into space. Have you something on your mind? Always. Or never. I understand completely. So much has happened. So much has changed. And all in so short a space of time. Even now, I struggle to make sense of it all. But one thing at least is abundantly clear. I owe you an immense debt of gratitude for all you have done on my behalf, and on behalf of those whom I hold dear. I'd do it all again. After I awoke, Papa Shan told me everything. It was a lot to take in, but nothing could prepare me for what Lord Lorito would say. That ruthless, manipulative swine came before me and expressed regret for what had come to pass, and thinking to make amends, offered all of Taleji Adeleji's assets, as well as half of his own personal fortune to the crown. And I accepted. Long did I debate how best to use his wealth. There is no ends to the troubles facing our nation, and no shortage of worthwhile causes, yet none among our people have suffered more than the refugees, and it is they who shall be first to receive aid and succor. Good on ya. There is also the matter of the terrible wrongs committed against you and yours, for which I am in a large part responsible. Nay, do not protest. It is the truth. Accordingly, I set aside monies to aid in the Scion's rebuilding, if you would have them. Tatari would kill me if I said no. That would be most welcome. Thank you, Your Grace. Oh, I turn that down. Pay off Alphino's sword with that. Pray do not thank me. Not after all you have suffered. and know that I do not think to atone for my mistakes and with my money. But it was a tool which I would see put to good use. Oh, listen to me. So much for enjoying a moment's respite outside the palace walls. It rather seems as if I brought my responsibilities with me. I suppose I should return. It was nice seeing you. Lady Lilira, you must come home at once. Father is worried sick, you know. God confound it. You lot search this area. I know she came through here. Oh, bless him. On the other hand, it is essential that a ruler see firsthand how her subjects go about their daily lives, and I have not visited the market in weeks. 'Twould seem a shame to let the opportunity go to waste. Oh, she doesn't want to get a bollock in. Bless her. Tai, might I impose on you to have a brief yet cordial conversation with those Sultan sworn? I leave the choice of the subject matter up to you. Take care. I would love to, Your Highness. I don't know. Just right here, huh? I beg your pardon, sir, but did you perchance see a young Yalala fellow noblewoman pass this way? No. Are you certain? Oh dear. Master Papishon said this might happen, but I never truly believed he was serious. There, sir. There. Well, wait, I know you. You're Tai Amel. What a stroke of luck. I can think of none better qualified to help us. You see, it is no mere noblewoman that we seek. Ah, but Master Papishon was most explicit about the need for secrecy. Pray forget I mentioned it. We will find the lady on our own. Yep, definitely the lady, just random. What cruel fate to lose her father as a child, and be compelled to rule in his stead. And how years had tempered her dreams and taught her, sometimes brutally, the price of naivety. Though outwardly unscathed by her ordeal, it was a wider and more wary Nanamo who reclaimed the throne. That's Revenant's tall, eh? Alright. To in and throw in, one stand. Assume this will be a conversation about the Crystal Braves. And how they were utter dickheads. Hello, how you doing? There you are, Tai. Higiri told me of your pilgrimage, and it was only a matter of time before you sought me out. I too have been reflecting on the choices which shaped my path. When I took to the road with my grandfather, when I joined the Crystal Braves, when I tried and failed to warn you before the banquet. I had my suspicions about Wilrid's death, that it was the work of the Gallian spy within our ranks. But I could not be sure who was involved, hence my desire to speak with you in private. I thought long and hard about how to approach you without arousing suspicion, mayhap too long. Eventually I decided to arrange a meeting through Mistress Momodi. Little did I know that bastard Laurentus had seen me do it. Shortly thereafter the fourth received urgent summons. Needless to say, I had no choice but to answer, and soon found myself at the mercy of Captain Ilbert's band of traitors. They confined me to the Rising Stones, along with others still loyal to the Scions, Riol, Ephemin, Aragmaeus. Quite what they planned to do with us, I couldn't say. Mayhap they thought we would turn, given time. The fools. Lieutenant Uahase bid the Third keep us under constant guard, but when Captain Ilbert moved to carry out General Raoban's execution, they were forced to withdraw all but a token force, which we took by surprise one night, and then it was over. One might argue that it turned out better than it had any right to, all things considered. Still, there are nights when I lie awake wondering if I had done things differently, if I had been more careful, or more decisive. What then? But there is naught to be gained from thinking, Bess. We must count our blessings, must we not? We are still here, and most of what was broken can be rebuilt. You will see, Ty. You will see. Where do we bow? For the freedom of all, it had begun with an oath and ended with a betrayal, as the conspirators turned on their comrades for coin and country. The good and true were beaten and imprisoned, or else butchered where they stood. But even in their darkest moments, they never stopped believing that the light's dawn would shine again. Ain't that the truth? I'm coming on. Tell them, Rick, I'm coming on. Alright, where we going? There we go. Dun dun dum dum. Bum ba bum bum ba bum. Oh, this is where we got our mana cutters, right? Assume that's why we're here. Machinery makes a right racket. Why, hello there, Ty. Fancy meeting you here. Feel like the machinery should not be happening in the cutscene. Reminiscing about the glory days, eh? Aye. We spent many a sleepless night hammering away in the corner of ours. How's your mana cutting holding up, by the way? That's alright. Doing good. Ah, that's good to hear. Not that I had any doubts, like. Our craftsmanship's second to none. Quite right. I will take more than swirling winds and raging dragons to break her down. And that, my friend, is an Ironworks guarantee. Speaking of which, on the back of the field's test success, we've gone ahead and licensed the design for mass production. Soon the Skysteel manufactory will be churning out manicutters by the dozen. Which is why we're here today, as a matter of fact, to make sure the machinists don't bugger anything up. Apparently adventurers have been queuing up to take it out to place an order, and even some sky pirates. Just imagining the sea of clouds teeming with our creations fills me with a father's pride. Right then, that's enough patting ourselves on the back. We've got to make sure the cutters are up to snuff, or Jesse'll never let theirs at the end of it. From now till we finish, there'll be no more breaks, distractions, and not one wink of sleep. Jeremy. Oh shit. Oh fucking hell, fucking cat chocobo. It's no mumble, we all know what he said. Well, we'll leave you to it. Till next time, eh? Always, boys, always good to see you. You could choose somewhere a little less noisy next time. Despite the many hardship they had endured, or perhaps because of them, they greeted every new challenge with a smile. Their workshop, their battlefield, their tools, their weapons, they invariably rose to the occasion, delivering ingenious solutions to seemingly unsolvable problems. Get me out of there. Please. Oh, mercy. Maker of mercy. Alright, that's quite the distance. And this is where I slew Nickdog for the first time. And Justinian was really cool, and it just spiked him and then got covered in blood and shit. It was pretty dope. You had to be there to see it though. Otherwise, it was still dope. Meh. Bum 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 bum. Dun 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 dun. Wonder what's making these rocks float. I guess it's something to do with that. Hunch, just a hunch. Was this area ever used for anything? I don't remember coming in. Or I don't remember much, so that's not really saying much. But it could be. Pretty cool. Solemn shiz. Through tempestuous winds they carved a path, breaching the dread worm's sanctum, and there did they put him to the sword. Yet in the wake of the hard-fought victory was secrets laid bare in a vision dark and disturbing, the legacy of the fathers bequeathed to their sons, and passed down through generations, old blood enduring in the new, the mark of the original sin. Back to bloody Ishgard now, alright. Tuck me mouse back in. It's being temperamental. As that oft is. Boom, 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 boom. Bum, ba-da-bum, bum, ba-da-bum. Where am I going? Down here. Oh, down there. I know where I'm going. I know where I'm going. To the broom. Hello. Not you. Go away. And here he is at last. How do farmers talk? Really, Boint said you were wandering all over, reminiscing about days gone. Seems a bit soon if you ask me. It's not like I don't understand though. Some days I'll be walking through the broom same as normal, and it'll hit me all of a sudden just how much has changed for us. Though I know it's a bit different from what you've been through. Puts me in mind at first time I saw him and his friends up near the airfryer bin shown around by Oxford Temps Manor. It's for Tom, you bloody idiot. Oh, you never told me that you'd met it before. It weren't so much a meeting as a heckling, to be honest. When I heard their guard warning them off paying visit to the broom, it struck me raw. And here you've got to admit that Master Alpha is the spitting image of a snotty little lordling. No comment. A little lordling that went on to fight 2 knights of the Heavens Ward with Ty, here in a trial by combat. Not to mention helping retake the vault from the True Brothers. Fury have mercy. Feels like a bleeding lifetime ago, don't it? Of course it was. What we've got now is nothing like what came before. It's like a bleeding rebirth, it is what it is. Cold comfort to the folk who died getting us here. Still, this piece is ours, and we owe it to ourselves to make most of it. Meaning, we got to work twice as hard to make the broom a better place, and no more harassing blue bloods neither. Or what I wanna. I'm content. Aye aye. A world apart from the opulence of the pillars, they had toiled, shrouded in the haze of the broom. Sentenced to life of hardship by birth, they dreamed of revolution as children, dream of fairies. Then one came and went, and they suddenly found themselves with a seat at the table. Tis true. Tis. Oh, we have to see the Zundu. Zundu. Da da da. Ooh, allow me to regale you all with your own native mating ritual. Hello, I come in peace. Oh, there's pretty aggressive actually, isn't it? Oh, clouds part and let's shine brilliant sun upon Lanu Vanu. Great Neverling warrior returns to Zundu, and on pilgrimage of remembrance, well. We bid you the warmest welcome, slayer of false gods and champion of fallen Gundu, whose fledgling village continues to grow and prosper, now free from shadow of Mundu oppression. But Lanu Vanu is not one to forget Neverling's first coming, when he saves us from certain death at hands of the Black Ones. Distant memory though it is. Yes, his many deeds are the stuff of legends. We shall remember the stories and the hero's name, IML, for they are worthy of celebration now and ever after. An earnest, good-natured people, they had borne witness to the rage of their beloved god's twisted manifestation, and proclaimed it to be false. By the grace of the kind travellers were they duly delivered from its wrath, the mad god's death signalling the birth of a new hero. That's lovely. What's a Gridania for? Oh, you see, you stole his sister. That makes sense. Righty. It's bloody pissing it down. Let me just check if it's pissing it down. Yep, pissing it down. Oh, I've come to fight. Yeah. Well met, Tai. What brings you here this day? Come to reminisce. Indeed, though it seems an age. It was not all that long ago we rescued Stola from the livestream. How quickly we begin to forget even those memories most precious to us. In my defense, I might add that I've rarely missed an opportunity to make new memories with my sister in the days since her return. Our conversations are largely on matters of scientific and professional concern, ancient elegant technologies, primals, Ashians, and so forth. She has an insatiable thirst for knowledge, as you know. I know. Yet while I understand her desire not to burden those around her with troubles, and to carry on as she did before, I do worry that her willingness to manipulate her own ether to compensate for the loss of her sight may have dire repercussions. She never told you then, but of course not. 'Twould rather have defeated the purpose. You should know that the technique she employs places a tremendous strain on her body. Oh, is this where I'm finding out about this? Like, my character. That's crazy. She is, of course, well aware of her limits, and more than willing to ignore them should she deem it necessary. I pray that you see she does not. Of course. Regrettably, she is wont to ignore my advice when it does not suit her. Yet given your shared experiences, mayhap she will be more willing to heed your warnings. Her sister was under no illusions as to the dangers of the life she had chosen. Should the worst come to the worst, Y'shtola would do what needed to be done. Pay any price, make any sacrifice. And without hesitation. She was a woman of conviction, deserving of respect and admiration, and no small amount of worry. That's true. It is true. Oh, we have to go see the goblins. Kobolds. Splish splash. Blish blosh, blish blosh. It is I, Pish Posh. Hello. Oh, shit. There you go. Your voice has been decided, I'm afraid. Pish shock. Why must governing great goblin nation be so difficult? Like herding girls, stupid girls, with muchly differing views on glorious nation's future direction. There. Yes, Slovix knows he's letting emotions run wild. Uplander is welcome to voice of reason. Not like when Uplanders first returned to Eldershire, yes. So much venom in that one's tongue flaps. Calling Gobbledlock thieves. But Slovix saw a way to mutual understanding. Citizenship in a society thus there in strengthening communal ties. Gives all vested interest in continued prosperity of egalitarian utopia. Feel like I chose a good one. Yes. For the final objective of this quest, you will receive no guidance from the journal or duty list. You will need to read the text carefully and decipher the clues to determine your next course of action. Well, I'm fucked. The burdens we bear. Slowfix is a goblin beset by troubles, great and small. Shock. And now Slowfix bids Uplander fulfill civic duty as citizen of Eldershire, with hand-lending of great import. That's not why I came here, sir. In cave of south of settlement lies Old Crone, wielder of powerful magics, used to crafty make frogmen and chase away curious gobbies. Uplander has made many business deals with Old Crone, yes. Then Uplander can appeal to Old Crone's better nature and make her call off frogman harriers. Oh no, that's gonna work. Not sure she likes me that much. Damn maths. Why you gotta be like that? It's rude. I don't. Why am I. Car, I guess. Doesn't matter that much. Not gonna be in it very long. I'm coming, Master Matoil. Have you missed me? I know you have. For how could you not? For how could you not? Ooh, so I guess this was like our first tease of Shallian then. Since this is new Shallian, right? Even though it's more Borks than old Shallian. It has seen terrible days. The aesthetic seems very similar. Which is cool. Very much looking forward to going to you all, Shallian. Shallian. It's a regional thing. You say what you say. You do what you do, you know? It's what it is. It be what it be. Froggo, excuse me. Coming free, don't mind me. Good days these days. Yes. My lady, I have returned. Please don't be mean. Please. Please. Well, this is a pleasant surprise. I'm well aware that you're only here because you want something, but at least you didn't bring your little friends. So, out with it. She got me. Oh, is that what the goblins told you? That my servants were attacking their poor defenseless scouts without the slightest provocation? Ha! The little buggers were trying to eat them. They're lucky I don't have my proggos return the favor. But you can tell them from me that if they try it again, I will personally feed them to my servants 1 limb at a time. I do hope you didn't come all this way just to play errand boy for those dirty little scroungers. I came to just talk to you. Aren't you a little bit young for going on grand journeys of reflection? You haven't even lived long enough to have so many regrets. Same goes for that boy, complaining that things hadn't unfolded as he dreamed they would. It makes no difference what should have happened to Minfilia. What matters is what did happen. The past is the past, and no amount of wishing you'd done things differently will make it so. You make your choices and you do what needs to be done. That's it. That's the attitude you came here with the first time. Then you wanted to find a way to get to Aziz's La. You would have do well to remember it. Right then. I think you've wasted quite enough of my time. It's bad enough I have to suffer Stolla's unannounced visits. I don't need you making a habit of it too. You know you like me, Binna. She was the sum of everything that had come before. Triumphs, failures, all essential, all indispensable. Had things unfolded differently, so too would she. What use, then, to mourn the woman who never was? There was only this place, this choice. Duty. Ooh, Aziz's La. Whereabouts in Aziz's La are we going? Oh, there's only the one A right there, actually, isn't there? There's the ball, eh? You know, these guys were so bloody advanced, they could have at least come up with a few more fucking A-rides for this place. Very disappointing. Really letting the team down, Alligans. Oh, so that's very pretty. Ooh, somebody in. You spy something on the ground at the landing's edge. Is this going to be something to do with the Azael? Blue bouquet. Oh. Oh. This is where Astinian left. It's pretty sweet. A bouquet of fresh Nymeria lilies lies at your feet, an offering to the departed. A thousand fires blossomed around her as she fell towards the battleship, a crimson star shower amidst the impassive clouds. Then came the azure light, faint at first, soon blinding, then shattering, casting motes of diamond to the four winds. Be nice to speak to Tiamat again. Crazy how much has changed since we were last here. Tiamat's not even chained up anymore. Bless her. Is it up this bit? Mayhaps? Maybe not. Good, there go. Oh, there we go. I'll remember that side anyway. Also, one of the coolest moments in Heaven's World. I don't know, coolest is the word for it. Most memorable. Quite depressing when you think about it. Hello. How you doing? I love that the music changes in this little area. child of man, chosen of Hydaelyn, naught remaineth for thee here save the delusions of the condemned. In my madness did I spy my departed brood brother in yonder skies, though I know it cannot be so. Sorry. What sayest thou? My senses are yet mine own. Then, he whom I saw was but my dead brother's rancor, clad in mortal flesh. Indeed. I dealt with him, so don't worry. And thou didst deliver him unto death's cold embrace. I bear thee no ill will, child. 'Tis beyond me. All my hatreds are bound up in moments, ephemeral and eternal. My beloved's passing, and his resurrection. I am no better than Nidhogg, consumed by love, twisted by rage. I too sought vengeance without end. Hello, buddy. Yet thou hast since renounced it, hast thou not? Through millennia have I watched as time did that which I could not. As the men of Alec perished and their works fell to ruin, leaving me to think on mine own sins in solitude. What folly to despise man in his base desires, when hatred's hands so effortlessly drove me to take Ascian Red. Then look thou on him again with eyes unclouded, and mark how he laboureth to rise above his nature, how he and Hraesvelgur's brood now raise their voices in shared song of peace. 'Tis my deepest hope, that it shall prove the founding stone for a bulwark against the dark. As time delivered Alag unto its reward, so too will it prove this peace true or fleeting, as I remain here, apart, and watch. Not forever. Chosen of Hydaelyn, it is well that thou camest unto me, in contemplation. But the road stretcheth ever on, and thy battle is not yet won. I know. Perhaps there was hope for them. Perhaps this time they would learn and remember. But her part in this tale has ended long ago. Within this monument of to hubris would she remain until the end of days, beyond redemption. Also, not true. Narrator, who I imagine is probably me. No. Thankfully. It would be very depressing if she was there forever. Although I wouldn't be surprised if something unfortunate happens to her at Endwalker. We'll see. Alrighty. Dun dun dun. Oh shit. Alright. The Undying Ones were defiant, disbelieving, even as death embraced them. Then the Knights too succumbed loyal to the last to a cause long lost, his body growing light. The Archbishop looked upon the arbiter of his fate, and knew not what he saw, and then it was over. Naught remained save the eyes, thinking to bear them away from the covetous hands of men. Estinian took the accursed Borbos in his own, and was duty bent to their will. if only for a time. At a friend's behest, had they embarked upon their journey, and so, after their triumphant homecoming, and all the pomp and circumstances, there was but one way it could end. Pay respects to a friend. Oh. Oh, it's, Okay. I know it's looking over Ishgard, so... Oh, this is fucking cheeky of them, isn't it? Which one's which? No. I'm Dragonette. Was that the one I... whatever. Went there for the, Dark Knight quest as well, right? I think. The last one. You may as well come with me for this, buddy. Alright. So Ishgard's there. So it's either up here or over there. Yeah, fuck you, your mount can go no higher. What do you think about that? I don't think it's on this side, I think it's on the other side. Based on where the camera angle goes, but I'm gonna check anyway. Because if I'm wrong, oh no, this looks about right. Never mind. Forget what I said. Proud of myself. Even though I was wrong, I was still right. Aww. Oh, they even took my blindfold off me. That was nice of them. I completely didn't even think of doing that. Oh. What a beautiful way to end it. You've learned the emote Hoshafon. How does that work? Oh, what's his face? The guy we helped. Does that always happen? I wonder if friends hell, right, or something? I wonder if people, like, NPCs come here to pay their respects always or something. Like it's random or something. By the way, that's cool. Right. Oh, I'm gonna switch thingies to get my bloody menu. I could just do it with a controller, can't I? A few more clicks. Alright. Where you at, Hoshafon? Oh, you're not on this one? This seems like the perfect place to put it. Alright. Where should I put you? I've got space for you in the special. Hoshafon, did you? You must be there. No, I wonder if Frenzel left the flowers. I wonder if his dad ever shows up. And his brothers. It's a really nice view of that too. Great place to just chill. Right, well. That's a sad but appropriate place to end, I think. Thank you. Ooh, let me. Hi. Alright. That was depressing and sad, but nice. Because, I'd heard that Estinian put down the flowers for Yzael somewhere. So I knew that was a thing. didn't realize it was in this quest, though. Also, didn't realize he left them there. I guess they never made a makeshift grave for her or anything. You'd think they would, right? That's certainly something to do, I think. I was going to say put it up here with Hoshafon, but I don't think that would be appropriate. But I imagine there's plenty of places to do it. Yeah. But that bit was sweet. It's nice to know that that happened. I like the idea that people come here and they just come and randomly pay their respects to him. Like Francel, like, you know, his dad shows up. That's cool. It's really cool. It's sweet. It's just a nice little bit of texture to the world. It's cool that they added the actual grave into it. It's very sweet, sweet, as it were. Yeah, it was a nice little trip around memory lane, especially since it's been so long since I did it. It's been like a year since I finished Heavensward now, I think, maybe. Yeah, I think so. No, because I think I caught up to, like, current in the end of last year. I think 5.3 was like current when I caught up, which, in my opinion, is like the perfect place. Was at least the perfect place to catch up. Like, because my entire journey was like a Realm Reborn to 5.3. Which I think, because 5.3 feels like such a conclusion to everything, it felt so right. So good that it worked out that way. I think I was quite lucky in that regard. Yeah. So, I think that's the end of last year, maybe. Because like 5.4 was early this year, maybe. I think, and then 5.5 was like Mayish or something. So it works out. Yeah. So 5.4 was the first like patch I did live. So that was cool. Because that was like the start of a whole new thing as well. So it was like, it worked out really well for me. Worked out, I got lucky. I guess when Endwalker comes out though, that's the perfect time to catch up. So that works out pretty well for those people too. I imagine people are like, they're just catching up now, and they're going straight into Endwalker. That's gonna be pretty badass. Pretty fun. I think I'm gonna redo 5.5 and 5.5 in New Game Plus before it comes out, because bits I remember, but bits I don't. And I've already done 5.4 recently. I was gonna wait, and then I just ended up doing it. Because I'm a dummy. Yeah, I'll probably do that like the day before the servers go down. So, the 1st, I guess, of December. And then the 2nd, when everything's down, I'm finally gonna go read those short stories. I think I'll do that on here. Maybe some like tier lists or something. I definitely want to do like characters, like before and after Endwalker, because I feel like some might change. I'm hoping some change. You know, I'm hoping Fandaniel and Xenos stuff happens with them where like, oh well, you were here, but now you're here. Although I quite like Xenos. I don't know if I want him to get like an actual motive beyond what he's got. It's nice to have like a hero that's not particularly sympathetic. A villain that's not particularly sympathetic. Especially when we just come off Emitzelk and Elidibus. And I imagine whoever the main villain is for Endwalker, because it's not going to be either of those two, will be somewhat sympathetic. If it ends up being Vanat, I wouldn't be surprised. I didn't realize it was Vanat at the end of 5.55. I've only realized recently when people were talking about it. I thought it was just like Heidelin. So I remember seeing her and be like, I wasn't expecting you to look like an actual human. Alright. But it makes sense now. She's like the Heidelin version of Elidibus. Which is why I think she's gonna be the bad one. I mean, the trailer definitely didn't like set that up like, but I think it's set her up in a rather sympathetic way. And they do like their sympathetic villains recently, so... yeah. Anyway, I've mattered for long enough. Have that. And thank you for watching. I always appreciate it. This was very nice. I was just stalling for time while I find my thing. Yep. Okay. Be honest about it, right? Alright, thank you for watching. Appreciate it. I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Just realized this quest feels very appropriate after this. This song, sorry, feels very appropriate after this quest. Just felt like I had to throw that out there. Goodbye.